Hello, nurses. This is Thiago Poes from Nursing Connections. Really excited to tell you all about the service we have prepared for you for 2022. So, a little bit about us. We're all about recruiting and supporting nurses in order to connect them with healthcare institutions. Our vision is to bridge this great gap between healthcare needs and accomplished professions like you who are willing to go. We value relationship, we care for those who care, quality over quantity, recognition of our nursing heroes. So we have two categories of service. On the top there, credentialing, assessorship with sponsorship. So it's basically nurses who are willing to be credentialed and also work for a sponsor. We help you doing both. And the second is just people who are not willing to commit with the sponsor, but they want to become an RM in the United States, and we help with the credentialing process. But today, let's focus on number one. Number two is just exception. Some nurses they call, hey Thiago, I have the NCLEX, I have the English already for the visa screen. I just want to get connected with a sponsor. And with those rare cases, we do help with the screening and eligibility and become their liaison with the sponsor. But only if you have the NCLEX and the English for the visa screen. Otherwise, let's talk about number one. Bulk of the nurses will call, say, I want to be credentialed, I want to work for a sponsor, I want to immigrate to the United States. What do I do? Just watch this presentation. So this is the immigration credentialing process in a nutshell. You're going to start by evaluating your diploma, right, a degree of nursing from abroad to compare and be able to work in the US. Then you're going to pick a board of nursing. We're going to help you with that, get all the requirements done so you're invited to sit, receive an authorization to test for the NCLEX, RN, and then having successful tips and passing hopefully on the first time after you pass the NCLEX. That's the cutting line. That's the milestone. Happy day. And on that moment, you can be eligible for a green card petition called EB3, where a sponsor can petition for you and your family. If you are in your own country, that is a consular process. If you're here in the US, it's an adjustment of status, but in both cases, the end goal is getting the green card for you and your family. This whole process varies, right? Some people doing less than a year, some people doing 2 or 3 years. It depends on COVID, depends on you, how fast you pass the exams, and this crazy government changes. So the one thing is, it's faster if you do with somebody who knows what you're doing, like us, who have done this several times and who are willing to plead your cause. Let's talk about our great sponsor, Westways Staffing Services. We're not just talking about something, we lived this. My wife is a nurse of Westways. I have another family members who worked for Westways. And we lived this process. We're helping people to doing something that we're walking and we're looking back and say, hey, you can follow us. This helps. This works. And Westways is being out there in the market. It's an American company for more than 30 years. The CEO himself, it's a nurse. They offer per diem and travel nurses throughout the United States. So Westways is not a healthcare facility. They are actually healthcare staffing agencies. So they have a pool of nurses, thousands of nurses who worked in virtually all the 50 states. But for you, my friend, you would be coming to work as a per diem and not travel nursing. Maybe travel nursing at the end of your contract, but most of the time it's going to be a per diem type of job. And the sponsorship agreement, really important. Just know that the employer is the one who sends the immigration petition to the USCIS. If you agree, you're gonna sign documents, but they send in your behalf. The contract duration is 3,744 hours, around 2 full years if you work 3 shifts of 12 per week. This is one of the shortest contract out there, maybe the shortest. It's a great deal, and Westways is really just telling you, hey, just come work exclusively for us, only in Westways during your contract, and then there's no penalty, there's no cost. Everything that Westways invest on, you don't need to pay back if you complete your part of the end of the agreement. And the EB3, Social Security number, travel parole is not only for you, but for your whole family, spouse, and children.
Let's talk about the job positions available now. We have some new options to consider, so that's great. So the first place, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Great memories. The place that myself and my wife we first lived there, so we really liked it. The biggest place in New Mexico, Albuquerque, but it's not a very huge city to live, so no traffic, very affordable. The type of work there is long-term care and skilled rehab. So skilled rehab, it's basically you're dealing with patients who just went through through a traumatic or situation, or even they had a surgery and they need to go back to their daily activities. That can take place in a rehabilitation hospital or even nursing home, which is a subacute care type of facility. If you want, you can pause the video to read the descriptions or Google more about it. The other type of work you see in those nursing home and subacute places is long-term care, which are elderly patients or even with chronic conditions, which they need assistance for daily living. And you're also going to find hospice, people that need care for the end of their lives. The type of work there is mostly per diem, which means you're going to have to work in different clients, facilities throughout the city, different days of the week, weekend shifts, 8 hours, 12 hours, very flexible. So you're going to receive notification from your branch telling you about the options, and you're going to confirm as you go. Westways does accept new grad nurses or nurses without experience in this place. So it's a great place to start your career and build your resume as you go. And bear in mind that any of these locations that you can start working, Westways can adjust your work documentation petition before you go to the immigration interview to match what's going to be closer to your start date and the place we're going to start in the end. Another workplace that it's new, the nurses are starting there is Indiana. So different state, different weather, different vibe. The city is available. It's Muncie and Garfield. So again, any of these places that you can start in the first year, and after you build some experience, you can finish the contract working elsewhere as you like. And the nice thing about this place, beyond having rehab hospitals, AMG, they also have acute care hospitals. So you can start getting training on these rehab places, and then if you want to transit some months down the road, start working in hospitals, right? Doing med surg, OR, ER, the other type of acute type of nursing care, you can do that. And they also have contracts. So not we also have that in New Mexico, but in Indiana is more predominantly through all contracts. You're going to work in one place for several weeks, and then you're going to negotiate a new place to go, which is always great. Normally pays more as well. So Indiana also accept new grad and nurses without experience, but if you do bring in your resume, some experience you work in acute, that helps you, or you can build that in the some hospitals that we have contracts there. And after you have acute experience in Indiana, you can apply and work this acute experience anywhere in the United States, which brings to our third option. Our third option is California. So San Bernardino, it's the location east from LA, so very upbeat beat vibe. So it's really nice place to work, to live. And there the offer is an acute care hospital. So for it to be eligible, you need to have at least 1 year of acute hospital experience in the last 5 years. But if you do have that on your resume and you're confident you start, we have some training and some weeks of training in the beginning, of course, some orientation. And the nice thing also will be jobs that are with contract. So you're going to be working several weeks, 8, 13, 21, that depends on the same location, which is very good for several reasons. And this is the type of options that we have to start. So the sponsor benefits. What is great about Nursing Connections is beyond all the coaching, support, inspiring information we give you, we also have our sponsor who will help you before the petition with financial assistance to pay several steps in your immigration credentialing process. And also post-petition, of course, you're going to pay good salary, and you're going to see in the contract the prevailing wage of the state and this nursing specialty. So New Mexico is going to have a prevailing wage, let's say around the $22 minimum, but they're gonna pay you more than that, of course. We haven't never had a nurse start in New Mexico getting less than 35. If you go to Indiana, it's a different prevailing wage, maybe around 36, 38. That depends on the job they're gonna be applying. In California, of course, gonna be a higher prevailing wage, right? So around the 40s or 50s because the higher cost of living. But what they're gonna write in your contract is just means they're gonna pay you at least the minimum wage required by the Department of Labor in that facility. You will receive actually the amount that is on the contract that depending on the facility you're gonna work for. Westway's financial support, also with the green card, a petition for the nurse, attorney fees, even for the family in that case, and housing for the first month, some support with housing, and the initial job shadowing and training that we mentioned, and that really helps you to start working more independently. So let's jump now for the sponsorship for the benefits we have from Nursing Connections.
Our support, Nursing Connections, is here for you. We have if the nurses they're really serious about it, they say, "Hey, Thiago, I want to get started. I want to know the details of the contract and paying." And okay, after they do all of that, we have an initial consultation, create a customized, unique credentialing plan for them, and start helping. Now that's what we're going to do for credentialing, board of nursing, background. That's the documents you need to send. We can't do for you, but we can surely tell you how to do. We have dozens of nurses who we did before, so we learn from them so your process can go right and do it well from the beginning until the end. And during and post petition, which is great about our company, we're not only a credentialing company out there offering advices. No, we are also the intermediary between you and the sponsor, which is great because we serve as this liaison, right? With this person who mediates and can help by following up. Hey, can you help our nurse with this benefit? Hey, can you do this step of the petition? And we help you also in the beginning, settling and talking with the branch manager, and we help you like getting the contract ready. And this is really great because we are gonna help you throughout the contract until the end of your contract. If you need to change branches or change states, we can talk with people on Westways. I personally worked for Westways for more than a year, and we know people there, and we can just be that helping hand that you're gonna need sometimes, that special push. So do you want to apply? Do you want to get started? Awesome. This is the year. Send your resume to us, complete the questionnaire that you're going to see in this video description. Let us know. Are you interested in which service are you interested? Just inform us, right? You say, oh, I'm interested in service number 1 from this presentation, or number 2, I already have the NCLEX. I already have the English exam. Just want to get a sponsor. That's fine. We can help with either. We can send you the details and the contract. Or you can say, no, Thiago, I don't want to commit with a sponsor. I just want to learn how to become an RN faster. I don't want to need to worry about all the bureaucracy. I just want to study. Can you guys help me? Yes, of course we can. It can be specific parts of the process or the whole complete process. That's up to you. We can talk about it. And just let us know. Are you interested? Which service? Send your resume or do your questionnaire. Let's get going. Join our growing group. We have more than 60 nurses coming. This is awesome. And a growing successful group already working for Westways, conquering their family dream to live in the United States. Are you the next? So just call us, let us know, and do follow us on Instagram. We're posting like great content there every week, every month. It's going to be a pleasure to be able to interact with you on social media as well. I wish you a very good year and God bless you very much. Thanks for watching this presentation.